We're going to look at a melody writing question. And this melody writing question is in the key of G. It has one sharp. We know it's major because there are no other sharps or flats along the first phrase. There are 3 beats in a bar. It's in 3/4 time. Okay, the first phrase is always given. So let's hear that. So that's what your melody sounds like, and that's what you have to work off. You have to create a 16-bar melody. Down the end here, I've written out a scale just for practice purpose, for rough work. I'll delete that at the end. My scale starts on the note G because it's in the key of G. Okay? So I've already written this melody out and I've blurred it a little bit. So I'm going to reveal each bar and then you'll be able to, I'll talk you through how I've got what I've written. Okay, so bar 5 and 6. They're to be similar to 1 and 2. Now, if you look at what 1 and 2 sound like, and look at what I've written for 5 and 6. The rhythm is exactly the same. I've just gone the opposite way. I've inverted it. So this goes same note, up, 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 down, down. And I've gone same note, down, 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 up, up. So I have inverted it. So this is bar 1 and 2. And this is 5 and 6. Okay. Now, 7 and 8 is your modulation, and that's where you change key. Okay. So how you figure out what key you go to, you look at what key you're in G, and you count up 5. I'm going down to my rough work scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you include the G when you're counting 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to the key of D. That tells you you're going to the key of D. So you put your D in the end of this whole bar to get that dot to not be vanished. There we go. You put your D at the end of bar 8, and then one note lower than that is C. So one note lower than D in the alphabet is C, and that's where your accidental goes. Okay, in front of it, not after it, and not on any other lines, not, you know, down here, around here. It's wrong if it's anywhere else other than on front of the note. Okay. And then all I did here was, because at the end of bar 6 I was there and I want to be up here, then I've just done a bunch of quavers running up to it. Okay, so let's hear that whole phrase. Okay, now your third phrase is your sequence. Your sequence can be taken directly from the top line, or you can take a bar from the top line and change some of the rhythm, change some of the melody. Here I've taken bar 1 and just changed the end of it. Okay. And then I've moved it up a tone for every bar. Okay. So this is the sequence. So I've just taken an idea from the top line, more so the rhythm of bar 1 than the melody. Okay, let's hear that again. And then up a tone, and then up a step again. Okay, then you're going to have your cadence, and your cadence is going to be 2 to 5. So let's say you go to your scale, 1, 2, that's the same note. 3, 4, 5, that's 5. Okay, so the second note of the scale and the 5th note of the scale. Okay, for your last phrase then, you're going to write something very similar to line 1. Okay, I'm just going to take these bars out so that it's easier to see the whole phrase. Okay, so for your last phrase, what I've done here is I've kept most of the notes of bar 1. This is bar 1. I just didn't bother with the C. Okay, I've changed the rhythm there. And then here I kept the notes, but I changed the rhythm. So instead of, I've added in passing notes. Okay, then I've simplified this bar. You have a 5-to-1 cadence here. So in the key of G, 5 is G, A, B, C, D, and then 1. Okay, let's hear that whole melody. Okay, so that's a fairly straightforward melody. The dynamics I've put in there, mezzo forte for the first line. The second phrase, I've gone back to quiet and then a MP and a build up towards the modulation, because the modulation is important. Okay. Same thing for the sequence. I've gone MP and then a build up. I'm just going to stick in another dynamic there. I'm going to put a build up to F. Okay, forte. I'm going to make that a little bit longer. Okay, a crescendo there. And then mezzo forte for the last line. Okay, your phrasing as well, girls. You have to put in phrase marks. If you put them above the stave, you need to put them above the stave. Okay, you can do big lines like that, or you can just put a comma at the end of every line, which I think looks a bit neater, to be honest. I'll just put this up. Okay, that looks a bit wonky. And you can do that for every line. I think the comma is much neater, to be honest, but I'll just put them in anyway. And the last phrase. Okay, and that's a straightforward 16 bar major melody. No upbeats or anything like that.